we're live, and I think we're live. I hope so. Hello, welcome to the stream. It's going to be a very sort of... Gotta get the angle right. Oh, there we go. It's going to be a relatively quick one tonight, just because I need to do a Leeds Preston preview, but I don't have time tomorrow, which is sort of a shame, because I quite like doing my preview streams, but I thought I'd have a bit of a natter. Let me know how the sound is, by the way, because although I can't fix it, it's sort of good to know. Currently at my parents' house, which is lovely, and yeah, at the match tomorrow. I might do a vlog for it, I'm not 100% certain yet, but I hope so. It'd be good to be able to do so. Sounds okay. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Mr. Whitesnake Bites. But before I dive into the preview, we need to have a quick look at our channel sponsor, which is... If I turn the wrong direction again, Match Bingo. There we go. So I'm going to do a quick video play thing, and I'm going to try and get the ad read right, because if I don't, I'm going to feel really bad, because Match Bingo is a new and interesting way of watching along with football, where you can win cash prizes with a variety of things like offsides, cards, VAR, all that kind of thing. And if your bingo card fills up with 1 line, 2 lines, or a full house, you can win a cash prize. However, make sure that you are staying gamble aware. Only stake what you can afford to. Look after yourself. A link to Gamble Aware is also down below, but scan here if you fancy just doing something different for the Leeds versus Preston match and match bingoing. And it also supports the channel, and they're also supporting the charity match, which is massively appreciated. And that's that out of the way. So let's talk about the match against Preston. And where the bookcase is going to fall on you, it looks precarious. It isn't. It is the wall. It's like in there. It's been there for a very long time. The issue is I've got the laptop at a funky angle. So it's like chair. I'm in this chair. Laptop's in this chair, but a funny angle, which is weird. Fortunately, not available here. I'm going to say unfortunately, because they are a channel sponsor, and I very much appreciate that. But it's all good. I'm very glad the sound is fine though. But this is going to be a sort of like general natter about how we're feeling about the Preston match. I'm sort of confident, not only because of just the Preston match, but because of what we've seen around it. So, for example, earlier today, whilst I was working the RB Leipzig and Wolfsburg match. RB Leipzig, by the way, very decently run club, which would be good to be able to follow in their footsteps. But I had the Burnley-Norwich match going in the background. And I thought it was a very interesting watch, that a lot of people saw the first half and went, it's game over, it's done, there's no saving anything. But that wasn't the case, because I genuinely think Norwich had enough to get something from that match, and it didn't happen, but it absolutely could have, and it would have been nice if it did. But here we are. It kind of fell apart a little bit. Having a look through that match, by the way, Marcus Edwards gets the funniest yellow card for diving I've ever seen. Because it's not a dive. He's a little bit sort of shoved and kneed in the back, and he just goes down. I'm happy he got booked, though. No Smoke Without Fire believes that this should be a straightforward win, in their opinion. And I've got to be honest, I kind of agree. So, having a look at the championship table, let's go to standings. Let's go to form, and let's go to the away form table. Preston, not a great side at the minute. 16th in the away form table. They've not won in the last 4 games. The one that was 5 games ago was against Norwich, who are struggling, to say the very least. Since then, they have lost to Coventry, they've lost to Sheffield United, they've drawn with Sunderland. It's not a fun run for them, and they've lost with Derby, which is spooky. But I am maybe feeling a bit good about Preston not even scoring. Because I think defensively we've been ridiculously solid as of late, and I think there's another version of Leeds United. I wouldn't say as of late, actually, because we have conceded some daft goals, but I think in the last match we were very solid against a side that actually tried to play against us, which is kind of not what we're great at typically. And the fact that we're able to deal with that makes me feel really kind of happy and good. And then you combine that with the fact that going forwards we are very good. Losing Dan James is a shame, and I would have really liked him to be available for this one. However, we know that Nonto is good. We know that Solomon is good. We know that Schmidt is decent. Kind of want to see Bamford, I've got to be honest with you. Purely because Pat is a very, very good player against sides like Preston, because he's very good at making those runs in behind, even when there's not much space to do so. But I feel like he's going to be coming off the bench at the hour mark. In terms of defensively, I think we're already basically sorted, aren't we? It's going to be Ampadu, Rodon, Darlow as your sort of middle three. Right-hand side will be Bogle, left-hand side will be Firpo. We all know how that one's going to work out. However, questions remain around the everywhere else, because in front of that, I think you've not got options. It's got to be Grove Tanaka. In front of that, do you want Nonto on the inside or out wide? I think it's probably best to put him out wide, get Aronson in the middle. I kind of want to see the Aronson-Bamford pairing, because Aronson-Bamford is such a pressing, energetic pair that I think they'd cause a lot of problems. But we'll have to find out. On the news on the Alendro development, I didn't really see it because I've been travelling like all day. So it's been a little bit tough for me to keep track of all the news. I've managed to see the Firpo stuff, saw the Alendro development stuff-ish. I believe there's going to be discussions about it at a city council meeting in a couple of weeks. At least that was the information that I got, which was separate from the YEP stuff, so I don't know if that's what they've reported or not, but let me know in the comments. And then there is also a third thing that I don't know if it's wider discussion at the minute. So I'm not going to do anything on it yet, purely because if I do it now, it gets lost in the pre-match stuff. And as much as I like to be like, I'm a fountain of information, I also quite like the videos I make to do quite well, so I'm going to give it the best opportunity possible, and maybe do that on Sunday morning, if I'm able to. But then again, tomorrow is ridiculous as well. So I'm going out at 8 in the morning, back here for 11, setting off to the football at 11:30. Then the football, which will take through to like 3 p.m. And then I'm working the F1 qualifying and Leganes versus Barcelona, which could take me through to like 11 p.m, maybe later. So it's a fun day tomorrow. A little bit busy. Mark's asked, when does Paddy start in your opinion? In my opinion, I would have started him in that last match, because I think when he comes on, it's not just that he's a different... How do I explain this? It's not exclusively the fact that he is a different, like, attacking presence to Peru. He's a different energy level entirely. So the thing with Peru is he doesn't make that run into the 6-yard box, which annoys me a little bit, but fine. But at the same time, you can tell that Bamford has way more energy in everything that he does. And that's something that I really value in a forward. That's something that we don't particularly get at the minute from Peru. So I would have started him in the most recent match, which was against... Who the hell was that against? All the footballers blending into one. Was it that? No. It was Borough. That's the one. I was never going to get Borough in a million years if I didn't cheat. But yeah, I think I would have probably started him for that one, because he brings that little bit more going forwards. We can't do that because we can't time travel. So that means that, in my opinion, I'd like him to start against Preston. I don't think he does, which is kind of a shame. But who knows? In terms of how Preston like to play, let's have a little bit of a check of FBref, because I've not had time to do any research today. Apologies. I would like to be far more professional than I am sometimes. But you'll know that if I were too professional, then I wouldn't be me anymore. Like, you guys know that I've got a touch of the chaos about me. And that's the fun part. Yeah, looking back through Preston's last 8 games, they've won one. Wait, hold on. Let's go in the league, just in the league. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They've won once. No, wait. Twice in their last 11 matches in the league. They beat Portsmouth 2-1. Everyone except us beats Portsmouth. Fair enough. And they managed to beat Norwich. And Norwich are bad at the minute, and that was back in February. They got 2 wins in the league since February, exactly 2 months ago. So I think in terms of performances, they're looking kind of crap. In terms of structure, not to cast aspersions on many people's footballing opinions, but if you're a team that is consistently playing a 3-4-3 and you're not in Italy, change things up a little bit. Because I don't believe that they're a side that are going to be able to handle this particularly well. In addition to that, this is a fun little weird stat that I'm going to have to verify by reading almost every result they've had this season. So give me a moment. If this is true, this is kind of funny. Okay, I'll take it. We've also got the fun fact of this season, when there's been an attendance of more than 20,000 people, Preston have only won one match, which was against Norwich City, where they won 1-0 in front of 25,000 people. Other matches, including Sunderland, including Sheffield United, including Derby, including West Brom, Sheffield Wednesday, Portsmouth, Arsenal, obviously, Burnley, Blackburn, Borough, all drop points. So this is very promising. I feel we'll be doing okay. This is a very, very brave shout, having a feeling that Plymouth will beat Sheffield United. This is one that I don't feel. If you believe Plymouth 3-1 and that happens, fair enough. 10 out of 10 to you. That is a prediction that no one will be getting, because that's wild, but I can completely respect it. Let's head over to the Championship table again to see how Plymouth have been doing, because I know they're not doing particularly well. But if Sheffield United are able to drop more points today, that would be delicious. Yeah, in their most recent match, they lost 3-0 to Swansea, which is not a start that we want to see in this particular conversation. But they beat Norwich 2-1. Everyone's beating Norwich, though. 0-0 Watford Plymouth. Fine, took some points off them. They lost to Derby. They beat Portsmouth. Not great, I'll be honest with you. Not great for Plymouth. But if they want to get things rolling with 5 matches left of the season, I'm not going to complain if they get things rolling specifically against Sheffield United. If they're able to hold them down at 83 points, and at the same time we're pushing on to 88, with 4 matches left, I'm going to feel real good. I'm going to feel very happy about that. But we're very reliant on that happening. I think in terms of numbers that I did, there is one specific scenario in which we don't go up on 96 points. And I'll be honest, if we win this one, I back us to get... What would the numbers be in that case? I back us to get 8 points from 4. Completely, no doubt. And that's assuming that worst case scenario, Sheffield United wouldn't drop any other points, which if they lose or draw tomorrow, them or Burnley points are going to be dropped. And I don't think Burnley are on a points dropping vibe right now. Admittedly, yeah, they drew against Derby. But they're not looking beatable, which is pretty good for us right now. Because we just need to be top 2. That's it. And if that match ends 1-1, because Burnley are all we need to do is stay where we are against Sheffield United. We've already got a gap. We don't need to build it. Then feeling good. Ronnie says, Evening Joe, there should be routine early goals to settle the nerves, and it should be straightforward. It absolutely should be. There is that sort of Leedsy tickle in the tummy that is potentially causing some issues. But I think we'll be okay. I'm leaning towards we'll be fine. I always do that. And I often tend to regret it. But I'm going to roll with it. We're going to be good. No Smoke Without Fire believes that Leeds are going up. I'm so confident it'll be over after Stoke. This ain't going last game. If that's true, I'm going to be very happy because I've got tickets to the Stoke match. If you are lying to me then I'm going to be livid because I'm very much looking forward to potentially being in town for the day that we go up. Ideally, we're not relying on a result from Sheffield United Burnley as well. Because in that case, we'll know in the ground that it's happened, rather than knowing because of something else somewhere in a few hours later. Because that'd kill the vibe a bit, I think. Imagine being in a world where Sunderland cut Sheffield United because Sheffield United trip up so hard. That'd be fun. I'd love that. I'm excited for that. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take us over to Questiony Corner. So if anyone's got any questions, please chuck them in my general direction. I will get answering them, and then I will bring the stream to an end, because I wasn't planning on streaming for long anyway, because I need to get to bed, because I've got a very busy day tomorrow. If you haven't yet, by the way, pop a like on the stream. That'd be lovely. Or you could subscribe to the channel if you've not yet. That's always massively appreciated too. Helps things keep chugging along, and I'll be honest, there's a little ADHD part of my brain that's like, oh, the number's gone up, which is lovely. This is a wild take. Leeds needs a higher Kieran McKenna no matter what happens. Do we? Do we really? Because, he said 9 hours ago that he wants to stay as Ipswich boss, and I don't think he's going to get sacked. And B, he's already just proven, and this is me directly saying this to everyone that says get Daniel Farke out because he's gotten relegated in the past. You can't say that and in the same breath say that we need to hire Kieran McKenna. You are hearing that, right? We can't hire Daniel Farke because of his bad track record. Meanwhile, the guy that just got relegated at Ipswich, go for it. No, that's not going to work. That's very silly. And I am not a fan of this little thesis. I think that is at best a sideways step, and in reality probably a backward step. If I'm calling it a sideways step, it's because I'm trying to be quite kind to you, but it's not that. Ipswich have League One players though. Okay. Daniel Farke didn't get that much investment at Norwich. Got him sent up. Should salt and vinegar crisps be in a blue packet, a green packet, or something neutral? Oh, you see, when I was growing up, salt and vinegar has always been green. So I'm going to say green. But have a good night and catch you later. Catch you later, Whitesnake. Have a fantastic day for you, I think. I'm trying to work out the time difference. Is it 11 hours? Or is it the full 12? Either way, have a nice morning and rest of day. And hope we win tomorrow. And whether you're watching or not, you wake up to a good result. But I'm going to go green unless you can persuade every single crisp company in the world 10:30 a.m. Okay, 11. Nice. Okay. I thought it was 11. Good to know. No, what you do is you persuade every crisp company, at least in the country, if not the world, to go for plain white packaging without any flavour words on, except for the ingredients that you would legally need to have on there, but you can just call those flavourings, I think. And the world becomes Russian roulette of crisps. And if you've gotten the wrong crisps and you don't want those crisps, that's on you, man. You got unlucky this time, but that's fine, because next time you might get a little bit luckier. But that's what I'm going with. We're going to change the paradigm. We're having just white crisp packets. Oh, Jesus. McKenna would have Leeds at 100 points this season. Farke's underachieved. No, he wouldn't. Come on. Let's realistically have a look at Ipswich last season, right? How many last-minute winners did that team have? Because it was about 8, 9 off the top of my head, if I'm guessing. Like, that is a stab in the dark, I'll admit. But to be 3 points off the top with a game in hand against a very beatable team, 2 points ahead of third place, so very clearly on for automatic promotion, that's not underachievement. That's hitting the target. So it's okay. Better to look on the optimistic side instead of imagining how difficult it could be to beat a below average side at home. I'm always going to be an optimist. I'm always going to think that things are probably fine. And if they're not fine, we will find a way to make it fine. Because that's what we do. That's what we're good at. Right, let's have a look at the Luton thing. Not Luton, Ipswich. That's the one. Because I've got a point to prove, stats bitches coming out. Test tomorrow, so you not think they'll be up for it after the win midweek in Sheffield stumbled. I think we'll be okay. Because I think it's more of the win in midweek proved that if you are gritty and solid and commit yourself to getting the job done, you'll get there. I don't think that is the kind of match that leads to complacency. At all. Lunchtime kickoff at home and go back to Wasps lose. That's how my Saturday afternoon will go. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with us win, and I'm going to go with Sheffield United lose. I don't think they will, but if they do, it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. Farke was hired to get Leeds promoted by definition he underachieved last season. Did he? Because I remember at the start of the first season, although fans lost their nut over it, Farke himself said, "This is a 2-season project." If he gets us promoted by the end of the second season, it's not underachieving, it's not overachieving, it's achieving. It's getting it done. It's that's what the job was. You could say new background, or you could say I'm just at my parents' house because it's in Leeds and I am over for the match tomorrow. I will try and do a vlog, but I'm unsure. It depends on how doable that is. I'm at a point where I'm mentally prepared for us to do anything over the next 5, not caring, just keeping it calm. Yeah, we'll be right either way. Manchester is Blue says hi. You are the right side of Manchester to be on a Leeds channel, although it's doubtful as to why you're on a Leeds channel anyway. But yeah, Ipswich had daft last-minute winners all of last season, and they got away with a hell of a lot. For example, beating Southampton 3-2 whilst creating less than 1 XG is nuts. We're at home too, aren't we? We are indeed, thus me being here. I reckon we put on another high-scoring show tomorrow. I hope so. I think this could be one of those weeks where you have both of the necessary results. Where you have we've beaten a team in a grindy, crap way, but you got the job done on one side, and on the other side, you blew a team entirely out of the water, and there was nothing you could do about it. And if you're able to present within 1 week, we can do both, then I think that's going to give everyone a massive boost of confidence, and I think that boost of confidence is what will carry us all the way across the finish line. Am I being nosy for asking whereabouts in Leeds? It is... right, okay, I don't want to dox myself. Morley-ish is what I'm going to go with. Morley-ish. Sure, but he's underachieving in the Premier League. Would you keep him in the Premier League? The way that I put it in a stream the other day, I think after... which game was it? After Luton, was if we go up automatically, he's done what he's had to do, and I don't think it's fair to sack someone if they do their job. However, if it's something that requires the playoffs, or if it's goal difference or something, at that point you say, okay, you move on. So if it's automatic, stick with it, unless it's like automatic equal points, all that kind of thing. But I don't think if a manager gets you like 95, 97, fuck it, 100, because that's still doable, points in the championship, I sort of don't think it's on to say, yeah, but you're not good enough. Because he's done the job. Like, come on. We've lost 4 matches all season. And to say, no, that's clearly not good enough and you need to fuck off, is a bit of a joke, let's be honest. I think we win tomorrow and Blunts lose, we return top and remain top until the end. We've got this. That would be wonderful. I would absolutely take that. Now, I would also absolutely take you becoming a subscriber if you're not yet, everyone. Yay. Or channel member. I did rejig those prices, so I've got to rework my spiel, but that's fine. Oh, I've got a good spiel idea. I'll save it. I'll do it on a different time. It's fine. We need another big win. You go into the game. I am indeed, which is why I would absolutely take a very, very big win. Are Sheffield United playing at the same time as us, or are they the later kick-off? Same time. Shit. Right, I'm in the northwest corner. This is going to be a weird question. Does anyone know if the media Wi-Fi stretches to the northwest corner? Because if it does, then I can keep track of the Sheffield United score whilst I'm in the ground. If it doesn't, that's going to be stressful. Especially if at half-time they're like 1-0 up or something like that. It's going to make it tough. Would you take Max O'Leary? Who the hell is Max O'Leary? Farke stubbornness doesn't work in the neither does your keyboard. There we go, in the Prem. If only we had a manager that was fairly stubborn in recent years. That was in the Premier League that we could use as an example. Anyone think of someone? No? Shame. Guess it's still a question mark. I got, I don't know, I think 150 to £1 on Bet Builder. 3-0, William Paddy to score, Bogle, a card, Leeds more corners. It's not bad. It's your goal scorers that are going to screw you a bit, but it's a quid, so it doesn't matter too much. But if you are going to be staking anything on the game whilst being gambler, is it gambler? I think it's gambler, and 18 plus, scan my QR code for Match Bingo. Bristol City goalkeeper. No idea. I'll be honest with you. I've not watched enough Bristol City this season. Let us have a look, and I will tell you what I think about the goalkeeping, because I got some data, right? Not like data. Bristol City goalkeeper he's not fantastic. In terms of goalkeepers that are good at shot stopping, you're looking Stoke, Burnley, Oxford United. And then beyond that, it's a little bit of a struggle. Then Sheffield United and Watford, Plymouth, Millwall, and then it just goes down. But it's hard to say. Anyway, in a moment, I'm going to bring the stream to a close. If you haven't yet, hugely appreciate popping a like on it. I'll deal with one more comment/question and then call it there for the evening, because I wasn't planning on streaming at all today. But you guys are just such good conversationalists. Look at you guys. I went a bit worn up there. Don't like that. That was unpleasant. You know, Sharon. But I don't think we've got anything else to cover. In terms of prediction, I'm going to go Leeds win. I'm going to be confident. I'm going to say 3-1. 3-1. And we'll go 2-0 up. They will score one. We will score a third, and it'll make everyone feel a little bit comfy. Never go full Warnock. Absolutely never go full Warnock. That sounds like a terrifying place to be. But, wait, hang on. A few weeks ago, I didn't want to see Bamford wear a Leeds shirt again. Now I'm honest, I'd love him to get the goal to get us promoted. My club we support. This is where us Bamford, like, the Bamford support group is going to come together and just be like, we've got it right. Oh, yeah. With completely different squads. But okay, you go off, King. you stick with that agenda that you've had clearly since the beginning of the season, because you're not going to give up on it, are you? Let's be completely honest here. No. What you're going to do is you're going to look at data from a different club, from a different financial situation, with a different squad, with different players, because apparently, even though Kieran McKenna has different players to the Leeds United squad, Daniel Farke's Norwich having different players to the Leeds United squad doesn't count? Okay. Anyway. What we are pretty much in half-time subsistence. Ooh. A, I think you're aiming for sustenance. B, depends, I think. Maybe a Coke? As in, not as in like your standard football fan, as in like a Pepsi. In terms of food, might eat after the match. That's what I'm going to do. Before the match, I think I'm off to Morrison's at some point, because it's part of my things that I need to do in the morning. But I'm going to go to Morrison's. I'm going to get myself a Morrison's salad. I like the salad bar at Morrison's. Very nice. Get some up from there. And I'm going to have that after the match. I think you're in for sustenance. I think so, yeah. But that's okay. That's fine. Anyway, I'm going to call the stream there. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, pop a like on it, subscribe if you're not yet, all that fun stuff. I'm very, 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 very close to, I think, 5.7k, something like that. So it'd be massively appreciated if we could cross that line. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. We'll see you later. Fuck it, I'm doing a vlog, I've decided. Vlog time. Yeah. Toodaloo.